Okay, we're rolling with. Welcome back, hotties. It is episode 2, AMA, Ask Me Anything with me, Amy. And just as a little recap, if you've not joined us here before, this is really an opportunity for me to open up and tell you a little bit about not only my life, insight into the business, behind the scenes, inside looks and takes, secrets that I've kept over 13 years of being an entrepreneur, but also just anything that you want to ask me. Nothing is off limits.
If you could collaborate with any designer or brand, who would it be and why?
I love this question. So my dream collaboration, actually it checks all of those boxes, but it's a business entity that has also developed its own brand, and that is Disney. I would roll on the floor right now if Disney ever collabed with us. It would be an absolute dream come true. So Disney.
What does a typical day off look like for you if you ever take one?
Oh, well, days off, I mean, that's relative, right? Because a day off from what? Like as a mom, we're never off. As a wife, we're never off. So do you mean in terms of like day off from work?
Day off from work.
Okay. Day off from work is really difficult for me because I have become so married to the social aspect of this business. So in order to disconnect and unwind, I really try to disconnect from that. So a day off means not opening my computer, not feeling obligated to check or respond to emails, not feeling obligated to do anything with customer service, not feeling obligated to promote the business in any way. Like it's just an opportunity for me to find a home work-life balance, which as a mom and really just as an entrepreneur in any business is the hardest part about being an entrepreneur, because you always feel this sense and tug of I've got to work, because the pressure is all on you and you're the only person that can, project your business into the next. So I really have found that just taking a break from having to feel obligated to, clock in, for lack of a better word, is the best way for me to unwind. I can still wear things from my business. I still love to talk about my business on days off. None of that changes because it's who I am as a person. And it's why we connect so much with our customers, because we live that. But it doesn't mean that I always have to be tuned in and clocked in. So I've learned to disconnect from the social aspect, from the technology aspect. And that's really helped to make me feel like I'm not at work.
What is the funniest thing your kids have ever said about your business?
Sometimes they think the word hautie, like when I say that, they're like, oh my God, Mom, you're so cringe. Like, don't call people hotties. So I don't know that they think it's funny as much as they like to make fun of me. But they think the word hautie sometimes is like, oh, don't call people that. So it's probably that. But I think it's cute. We're going to do it anyway.
Right. What's a behind the scenes moment in your boutique that no one would ever believe happened?
Do you have something you're thinking about? Or
I'm
that's just
funny? Every day.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know that no one would ever believe that it happens, but it's like a prerequisite. Like everyone has to see me naked. I get naked all the time. I do. I will change clothes. I don't care. Listen, when you're a mom, once you have kids and you push babies out, then nothing's off limits anymore. And so you have to just not be shy. So when we're live changing clothes, new arrivals come in, we'll get a shipment in and 5 seconds later I'm naked and already changing clothes because I want to try it on. But yeah, so I get naked a lot.
Right, during photo shoots, it's just...
I do.
This is taking a different turn.
This is taking a very different turn.
It's fine.
Views are going to go...
Right. If social media disappeared tomorrow, how would you promote your business?
That's a great question, and it's actually happened to us before. So during COVID, if you were an OG hottie or a hot employee, you'll probably remember this. Right in the middle of COVID, Facebook shut down. And we were not able to access live streaming. We were not able to access social media at all. And because Meta owns Instagram and now TikTok and so many other things, can you imagine in COVID days in 2020, not having access to any of your social media? And this is where having systems and processes in place for your business becomes so incredibly important, because the reality is, just like we just experienced again in 2025 with the TikTok shutdown, you have to have a backup plan. And if you're not diversified in your platforms, you will crash as a business. Your business will die. And so we immediately did not skip a beat. We went right to email marketing, texting, calling, picking up the phone. We did targeted shoots. We did outreach. We started a delivery service. That didn't mean anything to us. And so we went back to systems and processes we had already created pre-social media. And so it really didn't affect us at all.
If someone wrote a biography about your life, what would the title be?
Hot flashes.
Hot flashes? Hell yeah. In the same turn, if there were a movie made about your business,
Yeah.
what would the name be and who would play you?
I think the name could go both ways. There are so many fun plays on the word hot takes, hot flashes. So I think that would probably be a director's dream to be able to have a name like that, to come up with some punny, catchy title. But who I would want to play me? I mean, are we being realistic? Or are we being like shoot for the stars? Because I'm going to pick Blake Lively. And she doesn't look anything like me. But I just love her. And I love her cadence, and I love how immersed she gets into films. I love her versatility. She's beautiful, but she's naturally beautiful. She's not overly stated. But Blake Lively has never been a size 20 or 22. So part of my journey would have to encompass and incorporate my weight loss. So I think if I were to pick somebody that maybe had like a more realistic perspective to that, maybe like a Meghan Trainor. Because Meghan Trainor, I love Meghan Trainor. I love her banter. I love her sense of humor. I love that she can sing. So we could have fun moments in there. It could be a musical. It could be like Wicked, but hot. And Meghan Trainor could star as me. You guys, you're welcome. I mean, who would want to watch that?
Right.
But it would definitely be a musical.
How do you prioritize long-term goals when short-term problems demand your attention?
We have a saying around here that we came up with during COVID. And I'm telling you guys, we're going to hear a lot about COVID in these AMAs with Amy, because it taught me so much as a business owner. But we have a saying around here that's today, tomorrow, and the next day. So if we're feeling overwhelmed, and that happens a lot around here, not because it's too much, but just because there's a lot that happens at one time, and you have to learn how to streamline in order to be the most efficient as possible while we are here. So what has to get done today, what can be tomorrow, and what can be the next day. So if we're talking about goals, taking those long-term 5-year, 10-year, 15-year goals for your business, which are so incredibly important, but also finding a healthy balance of managing, taking baby steps, right? We have to walk before we crawl, crawl before we walk before we run. Taking those steps in order to help you reach those long-term goals, but we have to do the consistent things every single day in order to hit that long-term goal. So we compartmentalize that down and break it down even more so that those goals become attainable and achievable, so that we all as a staff don't feel overwhelmed. We can't sit here and talk about how are we going to hit a $10 million goal in 5 years, but what we can do is control what's happening today. In order to hit that in 5 to 10 years, what do we have to do today to make the most of the time that we are here? So we take it as today, tomorrow, and the next day.
How do you keep your creativity flowing when running a business feels repetitive?
I use my children as inspiration all the time. I use my environment as inspiration. I use my staff as inspiration. I think that's what the beauty of Haute as a brand, as a lifestyle brand is that it's not just about me. We are so big into encouraging, supporting, and nurturing any woman who has any background, any size, any shape, any ethnicity, any race, any gender. It doesn't really matter to us here. And we use, you just look at our staff alone, like just the different personalities and, boxes that we check just within the Haute staff. We take little bits and pieces from every single person, and we find how can we incorporate that into here. If it was just my perspective only, it would be so boring. I would be missing out on a whole wealth of customers that are out there that may not relate to me personally, that I'm missing because I'm here, right? We're tunnel visioned, and part of being adaptive and creative is opening up your mind, not being judgmental, being able to accept and being willing to change. That's half the battle, is finding, your inner your inner peace to be able to accept that you don't know everything. The best leaders surround themselves with people who know more than them. Because if it was just me, I would only be here. I'd be linear. And I try to surround myself with people who inspire me, make me feel more creative. I lean on my customers. I lean on my kids, definitely to keep me trendy. And so I am very much into collaboration to feed my creativity. Thank you so much for watching episode 2, AMA with Amy, Ask Me Anything, and please interact and comment below. I love interacting with my customers. If you have questions or things you'd love to hear me answer on camera, email them to Rosalind@hautellc.com. We'll put that in the comments below for you to easily click and send her a little message. And as always, love you guys, and we'll see you next time.